Hello Aquarius, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level. What it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. So some of you may have been in a relationship in the past. This could also be a current relationship, but there's not a whole lot of communication between the both of you. A lot of sadness and upsetness here. For others of you, this could be a situationship or someone that you've met, and you know there's a whole lot of energy there, but no one's really speaking up. For those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I do have the ability during this reading to channel my higher intuitive self to get the answers that I need. I do not channel through any spirit guides. I never have. I have certain reasons for that. At the end of this reading, I do channel Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel to provide you with some advice based on what comes up today. All right, Aquarius. A lot is going on here. You do have some cards that are very, very dark, quite dreary, quite sad, in fact. We have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 roughly. And these are very intense. It could be that you yourself, Aquarius, you may be going through this, you may be feeling this. It might not only be the cross watcher. Here we have synthesis. First card's the strongest, followed by illness, wellness, grief, opening, awakening, crossroads, boundaries, beliefs. Under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme, we have death and rebirth. All right. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Aquarius, a long time ago, in this connection, there used to be peace and harmony. But then there was not. For me, I want to restore that peace and harmony. There are certain things that I've hidden from you deep in the shadows of this forest. But now things that are in my heart that I've held close. My dear Aquarius, the things you and I have been through, it has been a lot. In my mind and my heart, there are certain things that I never really expressed to you. Things that I have not shared with you. Things that I did not want to. In this connection in the past, there used to be peace and harmony. But now there is none. And the secrets that I have held deep down inside, I have kept them in my heart, in the shadows of this thick forest. A part of me now wants to express myself. I want to show you, I want to tell you what it is that is deep down inside. Because there are certain things that you just don't know. And how could you? I never really expressed it to you. I never told you. There are things that I have been through, emotional trauma even, responsibilities, burdens, restrictions, constraints, things that weigh me down below the surface of this water. This is where I reside. A sea of hopelessness, the feeling of devastation, despair, living in depression. I want to rise up, release myself from this darkness, but I can't. There are things that weigh me down. These are circumstances that are truly beyond my control. I don't have control over it. I find it difficult. I find it almost impossible. And this is exactly why I grieve. Because there are certain things that I want in this connection. But then there are restrictions that are beyond my control. And you wonder sometimes why I do the things that I do. It hurts, I know. I do feel guilty. There is a sense of guilt, remorse, regret, sadness, and melancholy. And I rise up, hoping, praying that you'll always be by my side, shining bright as the star in a dark sky. But I see and I feel this star fading from my life. At some point in time, my world will be very dark. And I grieve. There's a sense of sadness and melancholy. I can't change the things that I've done, the things that I have said, and the things that I should have said that I never did. The things that I never did, that I should have done. And now, yes, I do want to open up to you. I want to talk to you about what's inside my heart, what's inside my mind, certain things that I've hidden from you, and you've always wondered why I behave this way. I have come to an awakening moment, a realization. I'm finally starting to see things from your perspective. What I've put you through. Putting myself into your shoes. Understanding certain things that I just didn't before. Knowing that all that has happened, there was a certain reason. It is very difficult for me to make a decision right now. I want to be in this connection with you. But there are circumstances that I am stuck in, that I find because of I am unable to release myself. I cannot be free the way I want to be. There are here burdens, restrictions. Should I move left or right? Which way should I move? I need to make a choice. I need to take a path. I need to make that decision. But because I can't move, I can't do anything, I feel stuck. I decide that it's best for me to keep my boundaries. If I keep my boundaries, everything will be calm, out of sight, out of mind. I don't have to deal with it. Is it the cowardly way out? Absolutely yes. I admit I am a coward. The feeling that I have, however, I do it because I don't really want to be vulnerable anymore. I'm too scared, and I'm nervous, and I grieve at the fact that there are boundaries here. Sure, I've put up these boundaries, and some of it's just because I think it's the right thing for us to do. Because right now I can't give you what it is that you desire. I can't be myself. And I've also put up boundaries because you and I are on different pages. We are not alike very much. Sure, there are these commonalities, but you and I know that we have had our differences. We're not on the same page. Our opinions are vast. The people that connect with me, they're not the same as the people that connect with you. My beliefs, my customs, my mindset, it's quite different than yours. You and I were brought up and born in a very different sort of way. And no, it's very difficult to find that commonality. And it's because of the beliefs that there have been some issues. Here, overall, I want to have a second chance. Before everything that happened, it was a rocky road. But now, moving forward, I want there to be peace and harmony. I want there to be smooth sailing. Because now I want things to be planned, not just done haphazardly, and not done in a way where it's all just about me. Going forward, I want there to be clarity, honesty, openness, transparency, and a lot of understanding. Unfortunately, the connection you and I have been in for a while now, it does require that, but unfortunately, there's not a lot of openness. There's no open communication. I want to open up now, but I'm also upset and sad because there are boundaries. Part of it is because of me. Part of it is because it's beyond my own control. It's the circumstances that I am stuck in. For now, I plan things, hoping that one day I can open up and talk to you. And I also still feel so stuck in these circumstances that I cannot release myself from it. All right, Aquarius. Interesting. This person is going through a lot, and their way of dealing with it was to put up boundaries. Now, this could also be yourself. Perhaps you have put up some boundaries, but I do see this individual also putting up boundaries. And it's because of belief-related issues. They are very sad about this too. Now, the beliefs card, it could indicate that there's a difference between the both of you. You could have a racial background difference, an ethnic background, your religious background may be different. Somebody here may be very rich, the other is not so rich. But whatever it is, even the mindset, the way one views this connection as a romantic connection versus a commitment, there's something different here. There's a difference. The difference is so great that boundaries had to be put on. They had to be set up. This is how bad it was. And this happened over time. This has taken a long time. I also see this person not being able to, I'm seeing the word confess. They wanted to confess. They wanted to open up. And you have here synthesis and opening. For me, these cards do talk about expressing oneself, talking about things that are in one's heart, what's on their mind. All right, let's have a look. I have here, up next, the Lover's Path Tarot. All right. Okay, that was fast. So I have here this deck that I look at. For those of you who are new, I like to view this deck, and I do read it in the reverse, these cards. This is to see what happened in the first place in this connection. Things were going great. At some point in time, something happened and everything kind of went downhill. And one is left wondering, did I do something wrong? This is for those of you who never received the closure that you deserved. And you've been wondering what happened. This person could have ghosted you. They could have faded over time. This person may have abandoned you. There's hardly any communication, and you're wondering why. So let's have a look. Perhaps this person did tell you what it was that was in their heart, what was on their mind at the time, and perhaps they didn't. For some of you, maybe you know. For others of you, this person might not have opened up, especially if they have that feeling of wanting to open up now, but they also have the boundaries, so that's a problem. For those of you who are new, the first set of cards, that was the current status. Here, this is a little bit in the past regarding this connection. We have here the Six of Staves and the King of Coins. The Six of Staves, it talks about how this person felt that victory was elusive. They felt that they had done the work and deserved the honors, but nobody came and appreciated them, perhaps because of a lack of awareness of what they had done. They actually lacked courage and they lacked honor. Because of that, they felt that the courage and integrity that they had was not appreciated. There was no acknowledgement of honor from those around them. Here, what they wanted to do was enjoy success after much hard work and struggle, but nobody recognized their hard work. From your point of view, and this is a general love reading, from your point of view, maybe this person didn't even put much effort in. But from their point of view, Aquarius, they think that they have put a lot into this connection. They feel that they have invested a lot. For you, maybe they hardly did anything, right? But from their point of view, they think that they have done a few things that were very honorable. They had a lot of integrity, they felt. However, nobody truly appreciated them. So they felt underappreciated. And because of that, they did not feel recognized at all. Nobody acknowledged them. It made them feel like crap. That's what happens. Now, like I said, it could be that this person truly did not do a whole lot, and so it's not worth, appreciating or congratulating somebody. Sometimes people don't. They don't really do much. And they just think that, oh, you should be lucky that I'm in your life, and I picked up my clothes from the floor and put them in the laundry basket. Like, it's little things, right? It could be anything. Because you all have different scenarios, and what I'm seeing here is this person, for some of you, yes, they did do something very big, and they feel that they were not appreciated. But for others of you, this person may not have done much. However, they still have that sort of an energy, that sort of feeling that I wanted to be recognized. This person didn't care about me. That's how they feel. Now we have here also the King of Coins. Let's have a look. The King of Coins here, it talks about how your person of interest needed to be more realistic. This talks about involvement with people who may promise more than they are able to deliver. It appears here that your person of interest may have said many things. They may have promised many things, but they were unable to give you what it was that they had promised. There was a lack of steadfastness and persistence. They gave up too easily. And even when they were creating something like a plan, it was never truly realistic. It's not that they didn't want to. It just seems as if they did not have the skills. This is someone who was so overwhelmed in life, the things that they were not telling you. Remember, you had the illness wellness card. They were involved with people. This is you being involved with an individual who may have promised more than they were able to deliver. Now, why were they unable to deliver? Because their energy was scattered, or it was limited, the things that they could do. And it's that particular limitation that may have caused the problem. It's also the beliefs-related issues, where maybe their friends, family members restricted them. Outside influence could have restricted them from being with you the way that you wanted them to. They may have planned things, but it never happened. So let me know in the comments below if any of that resonates with you. This is all stemming from two things: the illness wellness card and the beliefs card. That's what I'm seeing. And those are the first, that's the first set that you guys had. With those, what I'm seeing is, yes, there was restrictions, but it also shows me that the restrictions are because of belief related issues too. What society, what my friends, what my family is going to think, or what they're saying, how they're influencing everything in one's life. And of course, this could also be work related. Perhaps somebody here is not able to, or not allowed to date at work, maybe have a romantic relationship. It could also be that some people that I do readings for, they work in locations like, for example, the military, where you're stationed at one location and you're not allowed to be stationed on the other side of the country because you actually want to personally go and live with your loved one, but you're not allowed to get that transfer. It's just the way it is. There's a restriction there. There's a difference in beliefs. So sometimes it can be an organization, sometimes it can be family, sometimes it can be friends. But I do see here conflict and ideas that are being put onto and into this person's heart, into their mind. And because of that, they felt pressured, so they weren't able to do exactly what it is that they wanted to do. In addition to that, I do see this person has a lot of responsibilities. There's something going on where they are literally stuck. They cannot release themselves from it. With those two cards, actually, there could also be a third-party situation here. Not necessarily somebody who's having an affair. It could be. Or it could be somebody who's just simply unable to give you the time, energy, and effort because they are busy doing something else, focused on something else. This could be, for example, going back to university or college or something like that, doing a course, keeping busy, taking care of the kids over the weekends, not being able to dedicate that time to a new loved one. All right. I have here the Beginner's Tarot. So let's have a look at any actions, any plans, any intentions your person of interest may have towards you. Wow. Very nice. First card's the strongest here. Interesting. So I do see, guys, for some of you, this is a third-party situation where there could be more than two people involved, 3 or maybe even 4. Somebody here might just be having some type of an affair. Could be any level. Could be very intense. Could just be in the beginning, or it could be somebody here who's restricted. So just like that job-related issue, I'm saying somebody here who's restricted, but they still want to get away with it. What I'm seeing here is somebody here tried. You guys were together, and then things kind of faded. And now this person's dwelling in the past. They have a lot of memories of the past, and they relive this. They think about it often. So we have here the 4 of Cups. Your person of interest here is watching and waiting and seeing how it is that you may react, what it is that you might end up doing. But they also are very depressed. It does show depression. And of course, there's various levels of depression, but they're sad. They're very sad. Any opportunities that are coming to them, they're not even looking at that. They're not even realizing that 1, 2, 3 cups are in front of them, meaning they have the opportunity to reconcile, to go out, to have fun. They're just not doing that either. Instead, they brood quietly. They are quiet. They are on their own with a hope, a secret desire, hoping that, you know what, it's going to work out with my Aquarius. I'm just going to let it simmer, let the universe take charge. This person believes that this connection is headed somewhere. They're not forcing the situation, what's interesting, but they are hoping for it to work out. We have here also the 7 of Swords. Here, your person of interest wants to be with you. There's no doubt about it. But the way they're doing it may be in a clever and sneaky sort of way. They're doing something behind the scenes that they're not supposed to be doing. They know that they're not supposed to be with you for whatever reasons, maybe the belief-related reasons, maybe because of the responsibilities that they have. They can't, but they're still wanting to. They could get in trouble. This is some type of a forbidden love. Could be any one of those things. So here we have the 7 of Swords. This person is trying to be sneaky, doing things behind the scenes, coming back into your life. For what reason? We have here Judgment. The reason because this person wants a second chance. They completely miss you. And going forward, remember, in the beginning you had the Synthesis card, you had the Opening card. For me, those cards talk about opening up, talking, wanting peace and harmony again. And here, what I see with this card, the Judgment. This person has been there, done that with you. And they feel that, you know what, I want a second chance. But this time, here we have people who are resurrecting. They're completely naked. Meaning, a lot of transparency, a lot of clarity, a lot of honesty. This person wants to be, going forward, however it starts, this connection, however it restarts, the restart is going to be completely different sort of environment and platform. They want things to be transparent. They want things to be honest. This person wants to be always truthful with you. They don't want what happened before. Doing things behind the scenes, making excuses. They don't want any of that anymore. Now the overall arching theme, very beautiful card, the 6 of Cups. This is the overall arching theme, and your person is dwelling in the past. Truly wanting to relive those beautiful moments that occurred back then. The first glance, the first kiss, the first touch. All that innocence right in the beginning when the both of you had just met. Everything from the past, it means something to them. They also feel a spiritual connection with you with this card. So I do see them, Aquarius, I do see them coming forward for a second chance, okay? But you may have to be a little careful and beware, because this could be something that lands someone here in trouble. All right, let's have a look. I have here Archangel Answer cards. Just going to do a quick prayer. All right. So these messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. So it does appear that some of you have been so busy and maybe even so discouraged that you have been unable to nurture yourselves. And the type of nurture I'm saying here is, I'm seeing the word nurture. The mind, body, spirit, and the soul. You have not been able to dedicate that time that you used to. At some point you did, like regularly. But I'm seeing here some of you have become so busy that you're not really focusing on that aspect anymore. Meditation is important. Prayer is important. And that is what's being emphasized here. Here we have yes. Meditation brings answers. So meditation, Angel Faye Kiel, and you can read a little bit about her on my homepage on my website. Meditation, Angel Faye Kiel has told me 21 minutes minimum. Beyond that, you can do how many hours you want, but 21 minutes minimum. For prayer, 2 to 3 minutes minimum, but do mean it. You have to mean it. It's like a strong Wi-Fi connection. The stronger the connection, the faster, the stronger the upload and download. And then we also have here trust. There's been a little bit of a lack of trust, or the direction of this connection. Where are we headed? There has been some issues regarding this. You know, you're wondering, is anything going to happen? Why am I being put through this? Here, the card says trust. This card is trust in the divine. There is a reason why certain things are happening in a certain way. We also have here romance. This is my past life spiritual card for this deck. This is a spiritual connection. You just had the Six of Cups. Yes. This is also why it's very difficult for the both of you to stay away from each other, because there is this unseen force that is holding you together. Keeps you both together. We also have here, don't stop. Don't stop giving and receiving love. Keep that positive energy flowing. It's very important that you do, because with that positive energy, you will be attracting positive energy as well. We have here, communicate clearly. So it does show me here that in this connection, at some point in time, certain things were happening. And whatever happened between the both of you, there may have been some misunderstandings. But the gist of it is, communication was not clear enough, meaning that it could have led to misunderstandings, or maybe just even a lack of information. So here, communicate clearly when you have the chance. And when you have the chance, let's not get into paragraphs and pages of messages, okay? Do not do that. Instead, keep it short and sweet, maximum 4 or 5 bullet points. Memorize your bullet points so that when you have time to mention something, you know exactly what it is that you're going to say. Now, also use the I method. Very easy, very simple, less aggressive. I feel such and such. I think. I believe. If you start off the sentence like that, it's less aggressive. There's more of a conversation. Your person doesn't feel as if you're just probing them. It's just an easier way of communicating. Here we also have look for a sign. Because you're going to be meditating, answers are going to be brought to you. You're going to trust. And signs are going to be realized. Certain things are going to happen, and you're going to feel different. You're going to see things differently. What I'm also seeing here is that don't go out looking for signs, okay? They will come to you. And as they come, you will then recognize it. Your soul will understand that that's meant for you. So don't make something out of nothing. Some people do. We have to be careful like that. We can't go out looking for it deliberately, that, oh, that must mean this. No. It just happens just like that when you are listening to the radio or when you're driving, you see a big poster, a billboard, you read something, and there's a sentence, and it makes sense only to you about your specific issue. That is where the message comes in. Or it sounds weird, but complete random stranger may come up to you and say something. That means something to you. Sometimes you might just, hopefully, it's all positive, but you might just hear a voice in your head giving you advice. It happens. Here we also have listen to your intuition. This is the overall arching theme, and that's exactly what I was saying. Listen to what your soul has to say. Your soul is much more older and wiser than you are. You, meaning the body / the spirit, quite young, vibrant. However, the soul is centuries old. Very, very old. It's been there, done that, had a lot of experience. So please do pay attention to your instincts, pay attention to what your heart says, and that way, even the signs that you may see, you will understand exactly what it means. Now, for a teeny tiny portion here, small, this is a general love reading. This also means some of you may find this connection to be a little toxic, a little scary almost, that you don't want to get into a connection where it's going to create a whole lot of drama. For that reason, look for a sign could also mean red flags. So be careful of that as well. See the red flags. And the best way of viewing red flags is also reevaluating your situation, your relationship with this person, writing it down, going back in time, and noting and seeing the things that have happened between the both of you. Do you see them as red flags? Because once your mindset changes, you start seeing everything else differently. So some of you might be very much done with this person because you don't want to get in trouble. And so you're wondering, where do I go from here? Still, it's all good. Eventually, something's going to happen in your life where I see here a past life spiritual connection. You're going to be meeting someone. This could be in the coming days. It could be the current person you're with right now. It is very common. All of the readings I've ever done, there's always some type of a connection with an individual. Either they are twin flames, soulmates, or karmic partners. All right, Aquarius, that is your reading, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please do let me know if any of this has resonated. Please do share your stories in the comments below. I do read them as much as I possibly can. And I do appreciate you sharing them because I do sometimes use this content to create information, pieces, videos, things like that on the other channel on Asnointia Audio. The link is below. For some of you who are new on that channel, I like to create content that is related to relationship-related advice, and that is all based on the feelings and emotions that people don't share. So that's a nice, different type of perspective when it comes to providing advice. And I also have some on past life and spiritual connections, more to learn about that. And one of the videos I have there, it's on negative energies. What and who are negative energies? How to recognize and remove such things from your life. Hopefully in a few days, guys, I will be able to upload something very soon, and it's going to be regarding letting go and moving on in connections, romantic connections. So that is a huge topic that I've wanted to cover, and in fact, I have 2 videos for that. They're both very distinct, and it was important for me to share because I've noticed a lot of people go through the same things. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, it is so common. It's very difficult to let go, and it's even harder to move on. So hopefully once that is uploaded, you guys will be able to view it, and please do let me know in the comments what you all feel. All right. Also, for some of you who are wondering, Asnointia, do you do personal readings? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Please do visit my website, www.asnointia.com. Go to the rates and packages section, and I have a few there that are still available. I believe one is the past life package that I have. One is the love reading. So I provide you a love reading where I give you the audio and the PDF. So it's a written report and an audio. A lot of details there. And I do have one that's on negative energies to teach you how to get rid of negative energies from your life. And I do have the ability of having a look remotely wherever it is that you're living, specifically at the negative energies, how many are in your home, how many are around your aura, and inside of your chakra centers, which is inside of your body. I tell you what you have, how many you have, and I teach you how to get rid of them. Very simple method. I also have some self-help guides that are all related to removing negative energies in different ways, but they're for different situations. So please do have a look at that. Some of you may find that helpful. That particular package, even the Holy Light package, which is a self-help guide, it'll help you get rid of things like hexes, curses, black magic, voodoo, that sort of thing as well. And even if you feel there's something spooky or creepy, supernatural in your place where you live, it also gets rid of that sort of thing. All right, guys. Let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. I do read them, and I do appreciate you sharing your stories. All right. You all take care. Stay safe. I will see you guys again. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Bye now.